You haven't been on the show in 6 years.
Right, because that's when I was in the closet on audio.
On audio, right,
what were
right.
we talking about?
Man,
we were talking about stuff that I probably don't want to be aired.
Yeah, that's true.
We were talking about.
We were talking about some stuff. You actually prophesized. If I was in church, I would say she prophesized this whole thing, y'all, because it is what it is, and I got it. So there's some things, but the episode's still out there. I haven't got a call on it yet, so
okay, good.
It's still out there. So, but where were you? Okay, this was in 2014 or 15. We did the episode, I think. But what has been going on with you since our last air?
Oh my gosh, what has gone on?
And we're talking 2015 on.
Yeah, I would say that I'm still holding on with my own business,
okay,
the Beehive.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, I think this is my 15th year.
Wow.
I think it's my 15th year. Thank you.
That's crazy.
My 25th year of being an esthetician.
25th? Woo! Yeah. Man.
25 years.
Huge. Wow.
Yeah. I became a certified clinical master herbalist at one point. I can't remember when. CPR.
You said all that in one breath.
I know.
Do that one more time for me. Just
certified clinical master herbalist, which sounds really amazing, but truth be told, I cannot identify anything in the wild except for dandelions.
Really?
And 4-leaf clovers. Like I definitely chose to do it to just better my health and sort of have the certification so that, as we spoke the last time, that I would be treating everyone holistically as much as I could until we couldn't.
Right.
Doesn't mean we don't go to the doctor. Peter Jack was just at the doctor, actually. He was having trouble. And so, just one of those things where I had the time.
Yeah.
I had the support of Pete. And so it just, with this whole thing about being on your own as an esthetician, I would like to be so busy that I work an 8-hour day. I really would.
Wow. That's interesting.
But the truth is, it's quick stuff sometimes. It's not always facials. It's quick waxings.
Gotcha.
So I had some time to do other things to add to the repertoire of my stuff.
So does it feel like the time in between, let's say, the waxings, or like what services do you actually provide? Give me that so I know.
So skincare, facials. I have 3 separate facials. You go to these spas and there's like a whole menu of stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like, what's the chocolate facial and the orange? I don't know. And to me, the client doesn't know. And the descriptions are lengthy. And I just looked at it as time. And then if someone wanted the Age Be Gone facial, which is the hour and 10-minute facial, but then I go to touch their skin and they're already sensitive with just like a very, very like no nonsense cleanser, then I can't continue on. But I want to make the money, but I'm just like, hey, tell me what's going on. So depending on the person, when they come in, depends on what we so choose to do. Now, some people are like, look, I just want the Bee Cleanse, which is 45 minutes. It's still a lovely facial.
Right.
But it's because time, management, and money, not necessarily in that order. So I want to give people a choice, and I want to know their story in which they have when they enter my Beehive.
Okay. I got it. The one, do you know what the irony about your company is called the Beehive? Where did that come from?
Okay, so ironically, in high school, I had a best friend, Brenda. Okay. So she was B-Dub and I was BG.
BG.
The
I remember that from high school.
Right? Yes. B-Dub and BG. And we were on the same swim team. She was a year older, but we were besties. And so that was where the BG and the B-Dub came in. But then when I met Pete, I would totally say Pete started calling me that. I called myself Auntie B,
Okay.
So prior to even meeting Pete, I had two nephews. So I would say maybe that's where it was born of,
Oh
or out
yeah.
there knowing.
Yep.
And so anytime they had a birthday, I gave them like bee bingo or like bee themed truck or outfit. And I wrote Auntie, Auntee,
Right.
B-E, with the B. And it was before the emoji was popular.
Yep. You was doing it
And
before that.
yeah, I was
Just I
doing it
wanted to
before
note
the emoji.
that. Just wanted to note
Yes,
that.
thank you. Thank you. That's right. And then Pete really, then
Brought
it
it
was,
home.
he was called me B. And then my ring, I don't know if you can see it. Where am
Yeah,
I?
bring
I
it to
can't.
yeah. Is that
See,
a
it's like there's
oh,
bees. See them on the end there,
oh, first of all, that ring is super dope. Okay. It's hot.
right? Thank
Wow.
you. So it looks like little
The bees,
honeycombs.
yeah, honeycombs. Yeah, I love that.
And then
Nice.
there's bees on the sides, and
Okay.
that was pretty amazing.
Wow.
Like I
That
was
is
bald when he asked me to
yeah.
marry. And
Was it?
so then he got Madison to ring too, which was super sweet
Oh,
this year.
nice.
And I think she still has somewhere.
Wow.
Um, and that's sort of how that started.
That's how it started. So you just
And
roll
then of
with it.
course, when I went to open up my own business, I would call it the Beehive.
Right. Right. Wow. So for those who go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was going to say a lot of folks think that I then had, honey. I was waxing with honey, and I was like, no, no
Oh
honey,
yeah. I got you.
not, yeah.
It wasn't a lot of people they probably assumed that because beehive honey, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's where that originated from. So you had the name, you got started. What caused you, like what were you doing prior to starting your business?
I was working for other salons,
Okay.
and the thing in the industry that really kind of uh, bugged me was that it's known that the salon owners get more than 50% of the ticket. So
50%.
the
Whoa.
more than 50%. So when I first started in the industry, I negotiated 48%
Mm,
of my income. So
right.
that's where gratuity then was really nice when folks would
Huge.
tip you.
Hippie, yeah.
So back then, my brow waxes were only $8. So imagine I only got 48% of that. Yeah, and then maybe I'd
Wow.
get like a $3 tip, or
Mm,
$5 was big if I got
mm.
$5 on that.
Right. That was huge.
Yeah, and you sat, you sat around until a client walked in, especially in the beginning.
Mm.
Uh, and so
Was it more
that
sitting
started.
around than working?
Not, I don't sit around anymore.
Okay, right. I mean, back then,
Oh,
was
back
it?
then there was
Yeah. So
a lot
even
of
though they
sitting.
charged you, are you telling me they wouldn't at least bring you the clients, or that
Yeah,
was
so
on you?
so yeah, so the phone would ring back then. Remember when the phones
Yeah,
rang?
they're the
Pick it
phones.
up.
I remember the phones. Yeah, ring. I remember. I'm gonna have to
Re-
put a sound effect. By the way, note to put a sound effect there. Thank you very much. Go
I
ahead.
know. Ring, ring.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then the receptionist would say, back then it was, c'est la vie.
yeah.
It was right on the corner of North Lincoln Street, which now is a auto dealership,
Wow.
in the heart of Wilmington. So we were servicing a lot of the business women and men,
I can imagine. Yep.
from FBA back then,
Absolutely.
with
Absolutely.
FBA.
Absolutely. Because they were
And
right
all
down the
the
street.
and
Yeah.
all the lawyers, and that's who was coming. The stay-at-home mom was never really, unless she was affluent and had a
Had
secure
money. Yeah.
banking husband or
Yep.
doctor,
Yeah.
lawyer.
Got it.
But yeah, so that's
That
where
was
we
the
began.
clientele. Got you.
That was the clientele. But then if I left, I then negotiated more somewhere else. If I went to a different salon and said, "Oh, I have this book I'd present. Here's the
Yeah.
book."
Okay.
They're going to follow me. So then your reputation, followed you, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you negotiated for more. So then I would try for 52% of the
Wow.
ticket.
Right.
And then it got to a point where Pete owned his own business. I had owned my own business years ago as a daycare provider.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it wasn't too hard,
Mm-hmm.
but the only way that I leveraged mostly was that I bought my own equipment, which was about 10 grand. And
Wow.
salon people knew it. The owners knew how expensive these 11 function
Absolutely.
units were.
Right.
And you needed a bed
Right.
and towels, and the wax and the
Right.
pellet. And so I negotiated, So the
Right.
last place I ever worked, I got 70% of my ticket.
You did.
Yeah, because I said, look, I'm
Wow.
going to come back. I've been here before. I revisited the first salon I ever worked at and said, I have all the equipment. I just move all my stuff in the room. You don't have to you don't have to buy the wax
Right.
or the Pellin or any of the skincare products. And I'll just basically rent from you, but I'll be under the umbrella of the salon name.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So that was your first time starting out, and that 70% was huge. I'm not going to just let you skate over that. Was
It was
anybody?
huge. It lasted 1 year.
Did it?
Only a
Oh,
year.
only a
Because,
year.
because she basically was like, I can't, not making, like, she felt like she wasn't making any money. I felt like I was the sure thing.
Yeah.
For her, like, I'm
For her.
guaranteed going to make you some money.
That's right. Because I'm here and I'm doing what I do. Right.
Then what then happens in business, others left. So when those others left and opened up their own salon, then she had to come to me and be like, look, I'm missing 3 people.
Oh.
And so then it becomes this spiraling down. The salon industry is really interesting. It's definitely it's taken 25 years of, evolving, and hopefully people are making more than 50%, but you can see why a salon who's got the electric and all the bells and whistles and all the things that you need with your equipment, that they would want 50%, if not more.
Right. That makes sense.
Ticket.
So you've seen that shift over the last 25 years. Would you say that you have maintained a level of mastery? And at what point have you done that? Because 25 years of doing something, you should. Right.
It's so weird to think I'm a master at something. I would say I have mastered definitely a more cost-effective way to be in business for myself.
Got it.
And time.
Yeah.
Right. I definitely am faster. I'm hopefully as thorough as I hopefully usually am. There are some folks that are like, oh, you can't get every hair when you're waxing, right?
Sure.
You can't get every imperfection,
sure.
pimple, comedone.
Sure. Yeah.
But you try your hardest. I try my hardest.
Yeah.
But I think that in itself is the success story. I think folks see that I'm all in. Oh, you want me to get that? Oh, right. Okay. Let me get it. Oh, but there's one right next to it. Okay, let's try again.
Right.
And I am there to serve.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're all in. I mean, I get that, just, as we were, setting up for the interview today, I could tell that you were all in, because we had some technical challenges, but we worked through it and we didn't give up. We had plan A, it didn't work. Plan B didn't work. Plan C. So along those lines, have you ever had a challenge where you've done a wax or provided a service, and no matter what you did, you just couldn't satisfy the client? And what did you learn from that?
There have been a few, and man, it gnaws at me.
I hear you.
It keeps me up. If someone's unsatisfied, and actually have verbalized it to me,
sure, I
am wanting to immediately apologize, which I really don't do in my own household with the most important people in my life, sadly. But I am so, I am all like, let me fix this. Let me help you.
Yep.
I do know that when folks I have had one bad written review on a particular platform, And how I answered was something that helped me get more clients. Folks had said, oh,
I'm
hey,
glad you said that. I'm so glad you said that.
I saw how you responded to this person, and that is why I'm here. And that changed the way wholeheartedly my I feel like I was able to speak. I had enough of the knowledge of the person that from my opinion didn't matter. I would never have satisfied that person because they were in a part of their life and a time that was not as enjoyable as my life at the moment. And then I hope that they have come out of that, and I kind of give them a little bit of leeway, but it needed to be responded to because I was just devastated. When any, except my family, sometimes my family's disappointed in me. Obviously, I'm sad and I want to work it out. But really, in that service type industry, I am the help. I am the service provider, and I want to. They're paying for it. I want to provide the service that is the value in which I so hold of myself.
That's right.
And that the client member that's, in my beehive, that they are getting what they thought they were going to get with the expertise. As you get older and into this, I feel like I do not take it for granted. I'm not like, oh, I'm the best. And it's going to be perfect. And, oh, that's just a couple hair. Like I am still like that little child inside who just started out, especially with new clients, but then also with keeping my clients. I certainly continue to stand very humbly in that service and just hopefully it comes through,
Yeah. You really, there's so much I can unpack with that because you really helped me with that because I think it's just so important just that we always work in a level of excellence. And I think that that's what you're saying. And but the biggest challenge is when everything goes right, it's easy to be able to talk about how great your salon is or how great you are. And it's justified because you are. But it's really how you respond in those tough moments is what people are really watching because it shows character. So I'm telling you that right there. And the fact that you got a client based on that's if y'all watching this or listen to this rather, for people who, not just in this business, in any kind of business, it's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. And man, that is so key, Brenda.
And it doesn't mean that I've had the right responses. It doesn't mean that it was welcomed or even granted forgiveness.
Sure.
But I certainly am trying to, I'm all in. I'm interested. I am excited. I'm all the feels when I'm with someone because it's such a private, I feel so privileged to touch people.
Absolutely.
Touch human beings.
And
to me, it's, I'm getting them where they are. Maybe they've had a bad day. Their mother, brother, sister died. I have to be careful sometimes because I'm always like, I'll say things like, oh my gosh, tell me all about that. I'm so sorry. And I recently had like someone kind of be taken aback by that and think that I was being
over the top.
Possibly.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm just wholeheartedly like, tell me how, my gosh, tell me about that. I see you, I hear you. I want to be there for someone. And I empathize. My mother died 21 years, it'll be 21
Absolutely.
years ago.
I can't believe
and I think that changed my life. Not that I wasn't humble back then. I'd like to view myself as being humble or thankful, maybe gratitude leading.
Grateful. Grateful.
But, and I feel like, I talk to everyone.
Right.
Even in high school.
Yep.
Azim Iqbal. Remember Azim?
Oh yeah, that was your buddy right there.
I mean,
Absolutely.
people
And
were
nobody
not,
talked to Azim. Nobody.
no,
And you
people will
did.
not find Azim.
I remember
Where
that.
is Azim right now? We
I
have to look him up.
We have to find him. Absolutely. I
would
remember
love to
that.
know.
So many lessons from that. From
Right.
that relationship. Absolutely.
I would love to know where he is, because it's like,
Wow.
and then I'm in the gym class at high school.
Yep.
And I was cute back then, right?
Yeah.
But then I have all these girls in gym class like wanting to fight me.
I know.
Because you think you're so cute. And I'll never forget, Fred, that they were a clan. There was a clan of girls that were kind of rough and tough.
There was a little posse, right?
And they were mean to me, Fred. And I stood strong. I was like, "What you want to?
What you want to do?" Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh, she's
right?
pretty and she tough. Wait a second. Yeah.
You have to meet people where they are, even if you're scared. And it's like,
good point.
And I often think about Azim, because I think people were so mean,
they were mean to him. Yeah, man. I remember
it was
that.
Just not nice.
And it's funny because
to you, were you ever?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The thing is with me, and it's funny. I always used to wonder, like, why I never got into wanting to hang with the guys that was doing drugs. Why I never got into drugs, and why I never went to prison. Why I was such a band nerd and a music guy that literally they would tell me to go away. They would literally say, "Fred, come on, man, go play your saxophone. Come on, man, go in the studio, man, get out of here. You can't hang with us." And but as far as being picked on, the only person that picked on me was Clint. And yeah, Clint, he was the only one that picked on me, and he called me out of my name, right? Called me the N-word. That was the only time. What? Yeah, and I hit him. I remember, it was in that class. And I remember it was one time, and that was it. But everybody else I got along with. And I think that's why when you and I connected in science class, I think what drew me to you the most was that you were so free with everybody. But you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't verbalize that then, 14 with waves in my head. But I picked that up, and it gave me the confidence to be able to connect with you in class, and you was just so nice to me. And so it was
you were nice to me though. So see,
okay,
it was hand in hand. It was mutual.
But looking at you though, looking at you, it was the perception of that's the beauty queen. That's the girl. She ain't gonna talk to you. Believe it or not, that's how everybody looked at you. It was like, oh,
that is so weird.
She's up there. So the fact that you said those girls approached you and you stood up, I think that's why they loved you so much, because those same girls love you right now.
Yeah. I hope, because I love them.
Yeah, because they love you. But I want to get back to this. In this industry, the fact that you said the person was drawn back by the fact you're asking about that, how important is it? Because you're a Philly person. You're fit, and this is twofold. You're physically, because of your business, you're waxing, you're physically touching these people, but you also have a heart and empathy to want to listen to them. And in this industry, is that a requirement? Because you can have a person that don't care about your back or what happened to you today, just trying to get you through the wax. Is that a requirement or no?
Trying to get you through the wax. No, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
It's genuine. It's genuine, in other words.
It's genuine. Like, I am interested. I've always been I was never the smart. I was like an average student, definitely. Ironically, in math.
I know.
I had the worst math. I think I was like Babylonian math.
I think that's where we connected too.
Yeah, I think, were you in that math class?
We were in that math with the big, he's tough.
The football player?
The football player, yeah.
He couldn't fit, I don't think, but he was really nice too. He couldn't fit in the desk. He was so
nice.
muscular.
He was nice.
Oh, he's so nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just think I'm just intrigued. I really and I think it's also a tactic to, it's uncomfortable when you're waxing people or you're asking them to do something vulnerable. It's uncomfortable.
Sure. Yeah,
so I want them to feel comfortable. So I would joke, or, I have to be careful in certain things because sometimes you don't know, you're trying to meet people where they are, but you don't really know where they are. And I'm not going to go, hey, where you are today? Are you in a good mood?
That's right. Right.
Are you going to kick my butt? Are you
right.
going to?
Yeah.
So I think like it just became like a distraction a little bit. And honestly, that's how I feel comfortable is when I start asking questions, when I kind of read a room. I can't read a room in silence, but I can read, okay, that's cool wallpaper. Oh, okay. Maybe that kind of way, but I have to ask questions. So it's a little bit of a distraction. Oftentimes I'll say my phrase, it's not about the wax, because I'll, after we're talking, I'm going, oh, okay, I'm getting ready to rip. And they're like, and I'll go, oh, what's your favorite color? And and then they forget.
You hit them,
and then I'm like, what'd you do today? Or, hey, how about that rain we're having? And so it's a tactic in a way to make me feel comfortable, them feel comfortable, distract them.
Yeah.
And then but I am interested. Now there are some people that come right in and I can tell right away there's no talking,
Really?
and then not often. It's not often, but there are folks that I am the help. I know I am. I know that I stand in that I'm helping.
Servitude. Yeah.
Do something.
Satisfied service. Yep, I got you. And just do that. Don't ask me nothing.
And that's very rare, but it happens, and I'm fully ready to.
But immediately, how you gotta.
I'm going to meet them where they are. They are going to be silent. I'm going to maybe ask a few questions. I feel like I can read a little. I'm not going to say I'm really like perfect at it, because Lord knows I have definitely read a room wrong.
Yeah.
But I try. And I think when you have that good intention, that hopefully something good comes out of it. I mean, don't you feel that way with all that you're involved with? It's like, if you have that good intention, I will feel good about myself trying to have the good intention. Even if it came out dead damn wrong.
I know for me, whether it's speaking, I guess when I do my trainings and stuff like that, or even when I'm speaking or even doing a podcast, I try to create that environment to where they're comfortable. A lot of people are nervous. Like this morning, like I was telling you this morning, like, it's okay, we're going to get this. But the assumption is, because I'm an IT person, I'm a media person, and my wife helps me with this, because even when I'm talking with her, I tend to get frustrated when she asks me questions, when actuality, because I know the answer, I want to get to the answer fast. But what happens is she's trying to get an understanding.
Right. Of what's happening.
She don't want me to just do it for her. She wants she wants to understand it. So when she might say something like, hey, how do I open this screen? And I'm saying, well, just press the thing that says open screen, right? This is what I say. But that comes out wrong, because then it goes back to, okay, don't treat me like I'm stupid right now. But I have to make sure I say, well, the minute I'm getting ready to say something, she'll say, do I push that? She'll jump in front of me. And then what happens, I'm like, well, why'd you ask me in the first place? She says, I'm trying to get an understanding. You can do it fast, but I'm trying to get an understanding. So even with my wife, the challenge is creating the environment that she knows that if she asks a question, she's going to feel comfortable enough that I'm going to respond in a way that makes her feel like she's learning, and not that I'm just doing something for her. And because I know how to do it and get it out of the way, right? So that environment is important for me to create. And I assume it's the same thing with you, especially with the tough folks.
Yeah. And people are, if we're looking at their skin or unwanted hair, it's vulnerable.
It is.
We're doing something. We're coming to see me to improve, to change, to fix. I mean, I can't really fix anything, but in terms of like, I'm all in. What's happening? What's the occasion? What are we doing?
Yeah.
And then some people I've had to turn away because their skin's too sensitive. And I'm like, but then we get into the years of me asking about, because before, when I first started, Retin-A was not, that was not a household name. Retin-A was
Now, what's that? Tell me for the listeners who don't know
Retin-A
what,
is
yeah.
a prescribed cream
Okay.
mostly for acne skin.
Okay.
Or aging skin.
Okay.
And so it tightens, it sloughs, and it also kills bacteria on the skin.
Got it.
I think, yeah, Retin-A, I don't know if it's an antibacterial, but I know it definitely does something to the skin to get it in that neutral pH so that you're not so dry, not so oily.
Okay.
It's usually oily skin that we break out.
Gotcha.
But then oily skin's wonderful because then it's, you look ageless when you're oily.
When you're oily.
Folks in the beginning of time, they were not telling me about that Retin-A.
Wow.
I remember actually a pharmaceutical rep coming to me and whispering in the room about Retin-A. And then, I sometimes I think, am I making this up? And then we went outside to her back of her car because she was a pharmaceutical rep, and she had all these samples of Retin-A that she gave me.
Wow.
And it was like we're like looking around. She's like, here, take some of these. And then you go to use it. She's like, don't use too much, and you only use a pea size. And then next thing I know, my face is peeling off, and I was like, oh, this stuff is fantastic.
Get out of here! Whoa.
This is back in 1998.
Wow.
No one was talking about prescription for skincare.
My goodness.
It was like black market.
Yeah. Wow.
Now we've evolved into that retinol, which is Retin-A. That retinol is now usually in most skincare for anti-aging.
Wow, look at that. How big of a business is anti-aging?
Oh my gosh, it's a $1 billion business.
Really?
$1 billion, no doubt. The one thing that changed everything was that I was looking for something that was going to meet me where I was and represent who I am. And I was treating my kids organically. We're buying all food, going to the natural food store. It was like a crap hole there. As I told you before, it's like, then I was like, well, then if I'm doing this internally, our largest organ is our skin.
Yeah.
I should be doing this externally. So that's how I found Beauty Counter.
Wow.
And I found it by Googling organic skincare, and up came this Greg Renfrew, who is the owner and founder of Beauty Counter. And she was pitching in Nantucket to all the heads of state her skincare line.
Wow.
And talking about how at the time, the United States only had 11 personal care products that were banned.
11 that was banned.
Out of 1,600 the EU had at the time. Now I think we're up to 1,800 with the EU.
Wow.
So the European Union has like 1,800 ingredients for personal care use that are banned. But the United States, I think, is only up to like 40. I forget if it's 42 or 46 as of today. Ingredients.
Wow. What would be the reason they are banning this stuff? Is it monetarily?
Cancer causing is why they're
gotcha.
Banning it. Cancer causing, endocrinone disruptors. It's making your skin look really good, but inside it's messing with your.
Gotcha.
Right.
Beauty is such a big industry, and I noticed that for people who struggle with self-esteem or people who just want to look good for a party, they were willing to pay anything.
Yeah.
To feel good on the inside. And I think that's why it's so important that you are in this industry, and the fact that you're a person that not only cares about the outside, but you care about the inside. Do you ever think about making your own products? Have you ever thought about doing that? And why not?
I think because we do have, I really believe in Beauty Counter. I believe in what they've done. I mean, tell
me a little bit about Beauty Counter, because I hadn't heard of it.
Beauty Counter they're changing legislation. So it might cost you $90 for like a 6-ounce cream, but I'd rather pay $90 knowing that some of that is going towards the change in legislation so that our planet is sustainable, and my kids are going to live here. And then also it's not going to cause my system to interrupt in terms of my hormonal system.
Got it.
As we've gotten into I'm 52, so I'm starting to go down
The other slide. Up the slide. Well, I'll be 52 in 2 months, as you know. So yeah,
right?
you're ahead of,
Yeah.
yep.
So I'm like, and so if I'm eating healthy, then why not? I would totally just, and what they're doing, I love all their products.
That's good.
And I stand behind them. So I don't really see competing with that. And I really want to support them wholeheartedly.
Okay. Do they have do they have an affiliate program that you can kind
of for what?
For like, so you talk about them so much, they should give you a link to send people to that you can go.
Yeah, I have a link.
Okay, good.
I have a link for my beauty counter site.
Okay, there you go. Okay, yep. Cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, I gotta put that out there.
Yeah, so I forget what it is, but
we'll get it. Yeah, you said to me. That's it.
It's really, I mean, sometimes I almost like think, did I make this up? Did I make this up that I Googled and saw?
No.
So recently I went, and because we're writing this whole thing, Madison and I, and so I'm like, okay, yeah. So I Googled it, and there it was. There's the exactly what I'm saying out loud is Greg Renfrew, and I believe it was Nantucket, and she is got her audience of investors.
Wow.
And she's talking about what I just said about beauty.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge. Is there an investment opportunity for you to invest?
Unless they go live, unless they go and on the
so they're still waiting to go to legislation. You were just saying for this.
No, meaning live, like in the stock market. Live.
Oh, the market. Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah, public. Right.
Unless they become public. That's the word.
Public. Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
Unless they become like a trading source for that.
Right. Gotcha.
Then that's the only. But now I just feel like I'm contributing to my grandchildren.
Absolutely.
And their children by keeping things that are out of the environment in a bad way, in a more natural sense.
Absolutely. Speaking of children, give us an update on last time you were on the show. The kids were a little younger. So we're in the last 5 years. Where have they gone?
So Madison will be 28.
Wow.
Right. So she is a captain in the Marines.
Excellent.
She is stationed only a little bit of about an hour away right now, but she'll end up going away to California at some point. She is the ADGE officer, which means that she's a legal officer, which is kind of interesting. But she is changing jobs, and she got the public affairs officer, which is what the journalism.
Sure.
Getting her master's at Syracuse online. She actually went to Syracuse last weekend to go participate on campus. So she's getting her master's in communications.
That's huge. Shout out to Maz. All right. Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then Peter Jack is he'll be 19.
Wow.
And he is at UD, so University of Delaware, and he's working for a solar company.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So we barely see. He's very into the holistic living. He's very he's so organic. He hasn't cut his hair in like a year. And so it's like.
So everything's growing. It's just growing. Right.
It's not about the wax for him at all. There's no waxing happening.
It's about the stacks right now. It's just about.
And he's got a good sense of himself. He really is all into the ingredients and things as well.
Good.
He checked me at the door when we've got Ritz crackers and things like that we're buying, and he's like, "This is yellow dye."
He's that deep. he's deep to it.
Oh yeah, I started it, and he's gonna continue with it.
He's definitely going to continue that.
Arlie, I dare say, is our favorite child as of today. And she is so artistic, and she is so amazing. She did her face as Kurt Cobain yesterday for it's like Spirit Week, and they're doing like Halloween.
Yeah.
It looked like she had a shadow. It was just makeup, a beard.
Get out
and it was just makeup. And sometimes she comes out with like half of a face, and it looks like something from Stranger Things. With the name Vector, whatever that guy's name is.
Yeah. Wow.
And then she's really so smart and so creative, and she just doesn't believe it yet. She does not want to drive.
You don't want to
So
drive. You talked to me. Yeah.
she does
Wow.
not, we're like, be careful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She's been raised in the fear mongering
No, that makes sense.
of our
I was
household.
just talking
Be
about
careful.
that.
This,
Yep.
but see that, and then we've got social media be like, this kid, got abducted. She is the most inundated with the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and the what ifs of tragedy.
Sure. Yeah,
so she's getting her license actually on Friday.
Okay.
But she has zero
interest.
And I'm like, this is your freedom.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in the house, you can go drive.
Go drive, yeah.
Like this is your freedom. I walk around like kind of angry. I got to kind of pull back. She's just such a sweet. She's so sweet.
Right.
Caring.
Yeah.
Like she's out there with the ladybug. Like, and oh, mom, there's ladybug. And then we're like calling the ladybug the name, and we're nurturing the ladybug, and we're then gathering, and then we're blowing.
The whole nine. Wow. Oh man, she's a sweetheart. That's what I'm talking about.
He's a sweetheart. And Pete is doing really well. He had the COVID a couple years ago, and had some health issues prior to COVID, so it really kind of
took him
down a little bit. But he has slowly and very quickly recovered.
That's great. Yeah. I had COVID after escaping it for 2 years. I brought my daughters down here, and that weekend, and wound up going back and came back and caught COVID in, June? But thank God I didn't have a lot of those complications. I just had the fever, and but my body adjusted to that, and then it was something, because I was like, the whole this time, we're trying to escape, we're trying to do all this kind of stuff. You ain't escaping nothing. If you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it, and you just gotta do the best you can. So I'm glad he was able to get through that without any complications.
Yeah, I'm glad you were too. That's great.
Yep. So it was funny because I do this daily devotion in the mornings at 7 a.m. It's like one time I did it. And they were like, your voice is kind of scratchy. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm feeling fine. I'm good to go. And Lord's going to heal me. Lord said, you sick right now.
Yeah.
Now you lay your behind down. Let me get some rest. Well, let me heal you now,
Yes.
But you sick right now. So yeah, but thank God I got through that. And I was still there, still doing the stuff. My wife, you didn't lay down, man. So I was still feeling good. And, but yeah. Good. I'm glad everybody's doing that. That's a great update. So what do you think you're going to ride this out as far as taking the business? What's the next level for your business?
I'm just going to stay the course. I'm in Montana now. It's a beautiful
you
drive.
Moved. Where were you at before?
We were in Wilmington.
Wilmington. That's right.
On North Lincoln Street. So this is the first time I'm out of the city in a long time, and I'm in Montana. We rent a space. I say we because I rent a space from folks there.
Good.
And then it's a beautiful drive. It's super easy to get to. It's tranquil. It's it's just about a little room. I just rent a little room from
That's interesting, because I was born and raised in Wilmington, and that side of town, there's different parts of town, and you have the good part, your bad parts, and the fact that you stayed in Wilmington that long because of that corporate space, there's a certain clientele that you had. What did the clientele shift because of the location there? Okay.
Well, not so much the location, but because of COVID, really too.
Yeah.
Most folks are working from home now.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah,
and true, yeah.
So that whole be careful what you wish for. Yeah. A lot of people were so excited to be at home, so they had the freedom to then get services done all kinds of hours of the day.
Oh. True. Right? Yeah.
And carefully, I still wear 2 masks and my glasses.
Good.
Just on general principle so that everybody feels comfortable.
Yep.
I don't really want to get the flu either.
It does play a role. It does have something to do with it.
Especially
Yeah. I got you.
Really, when you do, not to hone in on, COVID, but the salon industry should be, we should be extinct at this point if this, not that it wasn't, not even downplaying it. It's definitely real. It's something that we all experience, but I can't believe half of I'm assuming everyone in the service industry at least had COVID once. And so nobody, I don't think anybody like closed their shop up, but I know we did have to during COVID. So that was kind of definitely.
I'm with you there, because I was thinking they should be done. Like, you can't go to nobody's house and nobody's coming out, but it's actually not the case, you're saying.
And so that's the whole, like, then I thought my carear was over.
Yeah, it was done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is going to, hey, if a pandemic's taking me down, I'm okay with that.
But it wasn't me.
You know,
it was because
it's not me. How egotistically we think. That's literally, I was thinking, okay, I'm okay with it. It's 22 years, 23 years. I can go out on 23 years. And then I thought, and then Madison, my oldest, started to be like, Mom, you can't give up. You can't. I was like, I'm okay. It's a pandemic. I'm okay with that.
Sure.
And she's like, well, you said you wanted to write a book. And I was like, I don't know how to write a book. And she's like, well, I do. So that was born of.
Wow, that was that thing. Wow.
Your Instagram account has us on it. It has your beehive. Nobody knows it's your business. You have to separate it. And I was like, I don't really feel like, well, I'll do it. She's like, that's what I'll do.
Wow.
So she is the master behind It's Not About the Wax.
Wow. Now that's going to be a book. Great transition. That's going to be about the book. Wow.
That's going to be a book at some point.
Okay.
I talk text into my phone, and then Madison, I send it to her, and she's like, that's not relevant. Stay on subject. Stay on the subject. I'll go off on a tangent. I'm like, because you think about this stuff when you're driving.
That's right.
Which I am not one to text and drive.
Right, no doubt.
I'll be on speakerphone, but there are some times I stop at that red light.
Absolutely.
Like, oh,
yeah, sure.
And I talk text, and I'm like, yeah, because you do, it comes to you. Or when I work out. Yep. Right.
That's when you're most all those creative moments. If you don't capture them, they're gone.
Right. And
that's good.
At this age.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like, wait.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I need a note for my note.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember why I wrote that note.
Yeah. You don't remember the context of where you got that from. I got you.
Right. And then
I got you. Yeah. Yeah.
So I talk text in my phone, and then she says to stay on point about this, that, or the other. And she's collecting all my notes in emails. And then at some point, we have big dreams. We're going to be on like Jenna Bush's, her reading list, her favorite read.
Nice.
And it's going to be called It's Not About the Wax.
Nice.
And I guess it'll be like a sort of the beginning of my life.
Yeah.
At the minimum, it'll be a memoir to my kids.
Gotcha. All right.
Something
makes sense.
Something that they, at some point, it'll be relevant more so to them, but we're trying to make it relevant to everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
My parents thought I was nuts 25 years ago when I said, I am going to be an esthetician. There was only 2 of us in my graduating class in Newcastle in the Penn Mart Shopping Center.
Right.
Let's
take it there. That's right.
We're not in Greenville. I was a single mom. I could not afford a facial. I couldn't afford my haircut. I couldn't afford groceries. Right. If it wasn't for my parents.
Right.
And us having this mother-in-law suite that my grandmother had died in. I couldn't have done what I did without them.
Right.
And it becomes this whole beautiful story. And Madison thinks it's amazing. And when I do write and talk text about it, I do see how like the odds were sort of against me.
Yeah.
I was living a life that I couldn't imagine others weren't living, but were, obviously.
Yeah.
But then, like, how am I? I can't even afford the service in which I'm becoming. Mm-hmm. I would never go get waxed. How am I going to convince someone who's on a budget to go get waxed or get a facial? I mean, I went from like the rags over here, Cinderella story, into the worker bee, into like, okay, people can afford this. People deserve this. They deserve this.
Yeah.
But when you're thinking about it from that perspective, to me, it was ever changing, ever moving, flexible. it was appealing because I could still be a mom.
Yes.
And it was always the center point is, okay, well, I'm a single mom. And sometimes I don't even like that. I sometimes want to call it something else because that single mom has changed so much. You know, back then, it was kind of like a derogatory title, I feel like. You know, because when I hear people go, I'm a single mom, I'm like, I do identify with that. I've been one, but I also didn't like the excuse of that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like I felt so inferior, and I felt so self-conscious of that because of Catholicism, because of the picture perfect of what, you know, Father Knows Best and the Waltons.
Yes.
Little House on the Prairie. Everybody was together.
Everybody was together.
Right. So my whole family nucleus vision was Little House on the Prairie or the Waltons. And so it was really like, oh, this is flexible. Oh, I can raise the child. I can make some money.
Yeah. And
this is kind of new and cool.
Yeah.
I never saw the vision of this is going to be like how the future is.
Wow.
But I was kind of self-centeredly choosing it for myself because of my current situation.
That's strong.
So now we're at the 25th year, Fred.
Wow. 25 years later. Wow. 25 years later. Congratulations, because you redefined the single mom thing. Because I know how much of a negative it is. And it used to be, sometimes is, but now it's a sense of empowerment and pride, because it's like when you say I'm a single mom, it's almost like now when I hear it, it's like I've done this by myself. My mother-in-law here, she raised 4 kids by herself.
Wow.
Right. And you know, the father wasn't around, by herself. 2 went to college, blah, 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 blah. A sense of pride. But at the same time, in the social space, she's a single mom. But even back then, she's a single mom. I mean, she ain't got no man, or a man ain't no good, and she by herself, and she ain't got no money, and she's struggling.
Or she was weak.
Yeah.
And vulnerably allowed herself to be taken advantage of.
Right.
Like, she did that to herself.
Right. Which is crazy.
To have unprotected sex, which was not the case.
Right.
Well, maybe it was. I don't even remember.
Yeah, back in our days, we was wilding out. I know that, but yeah, I got it. Yep.
But, you know, in that stigma, it's like, why does the onus have to be on? There's 2 people involved. I didn't get pregnant on my own.
By myself.
By myself. I was not by myself that I recall. And so then it's like, what? So there's where that strength with women.
Yeah.
You know, like when I see someone in my beehive who's by themselves, I identify wholeheartedly. But even if they're married, there's also sometimes they're by themselves, right?
Talk about it.
Home,
Talk about it.
They're not the breadwinner. And then I saw, like, I identified with how they felt because, you know, well, I'm just, you know, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I stay at home with the kids. I go, somebody's got to do the hardest work.
Exactly. That's true.
And hopefully you're not getting paid for it, but you're doing the hardest work. So I identify definitely with both, because I definitely have never not had a job. I have always had. Right now I have a couple jobs. Right.
I
teach sprint spin. I'm at the Hack working, and I'm at my beehive.
Wow.
And I the only way that we can get through.
You part Jamaican, girl. You part Jamaican. Got 13 jobs.
That's right. The only way that I am even doing this, because people ask me all the time, I go, oh, it's temporary. Like if I say, oh, like I would be, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got 3 jobs. Like how some days it's really tough, but I just go, it's temporary. If I think like I'm going to be stuck here, I'm doing this job now till I can't. Right. I don't like that.
I don't like that feeling. Temporary. I got you. Yeah.
Today I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to one of my jobs.
That's right.
And because it's all temporary.
It's all temporary. Yeah.
Do you feel like that now that we're in our halfway in our
I
life?
know, right?
Halfway.
Yeah.
We're halfway.
We are halfway. It's halftime.
It's halftime. And we have to be all in and get it all done.
That's right. And there's no time to waste. I was thinking about this the other day. Like I told my son yesterday, I challenged him to make his first $1 million because he's doing his own business. He's like you. And he was so focused on not doing what I do, whether it's the media or whatever, in corporate, whatever. He was so focused on that. He tattooed his whole self. Now, with being a young Black man, I was very against the tattoo thing because I got tattoos on my arms, but he did his whole body. And so the stigma is what I was trying to explain to him, especially he's traveling over the country in places like Arkansas and North Dakota and things of that nature. So I'm trying to hip him to the game, but he's pushing back on me saying, Dad, I want to show that somebody can be successful because my son has not been in prison. He hasn't.
Right.
But I'm trying to show that you don't have to be super clean and bald-headed and blah, blah, blah. And I get that. So I had to kind of even fall back and be like, okay, all I can do is pray for you. Hopefully the foundation that I put into you has going to cover you. And he's proven that. He's very successful. He makes like $40,000 a month. He makes a lot of money selling it, but he's in the mall selling the guy that you see as you pass by. I said, no, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
No, thank you. That's him.
Yeah.
And to me, I tell him, I said, Fred, you're a better man than me. I hate rejection. Yeah. Like you telling me, no, I can't take it. And Brenda, one day he wanted me to come see him because at first he was working for somebody at a kiosk. And then he called me and said, Dad, I'm upset because I was doing something and I looked at the end of the day receipts and this guy is hiring me, paying me $2,000 a week, but he's making $50,000 a month. I said, well, Fred, watch what he does and start learning how to do it. And then you'll be able to do it on your own. I said, but don't jeopardize his business. Don't do anything that makes him think that you're trying to take his business away. Just learn it and you'll be able to do it. So he did that. He took that advice and I coached him through that. And now he has his own kiosk. So I go in the mall, he's selling. He's got to the point where he's like selling it. The thing that he's selling is the back thing, the thing that helps if you got back problems.
Oh, yeah.
So he buys them for $5 and sells them for $500.
Fantastic. We're in the wrong business.
Right. That's what.
Did he hire us?
That's what I'm saying. Can you hire me? He did try to hire his brother one time, his older brother. That didn't work out.
That didn't work out.
Dad, he's trying to tell him what to do. Yeah, I would listen. He's trying to tell you how to make something, but you may learn something. So the fact that he was challenging me to do that, now he's in the mall. But the thing is, the whole rejection thing I was saying, I'm watching him. I took me about 3 minutes, and I watched 6 people tell him no. And I said, I got to go. Because I don't see this 25-year-old. I see my little baby boy, 5 years old. Being rejected. Right. Exactly. I said,
being rejected.
I can't, because I see his face when they, you know what I mean? So I said, I got to go. So what's what I said? I can't take it. I can't say it. But even though I know it's part of the deal, I hate rejection. And then somebody rejected my baby boy. He says, Dad, I'm not a baby. I said, all right, I got to go. Let me just go. I can't take it. I just can't take it.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to see them strive for something. They're being successful, but the process, I don't want to see.
But here's the thing about the tattoos, right? Like I'm not into that. First of all, I'm scared to death of needles.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's our folks, our parents' generation, who are the ones that were like, can't be doing this, can't be piercing. You got to wear you got to tuck your shirt in. Why are you untucking?
Don't show it on your hands. Don't show it on your neck.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think like he'll be okay, and he'll actually be revered, and people will come up to him more so in the next 10 years.
And that's something.
Because that's just an art form that I think had a bad rap. Mm-hmm. And the expression of, and here's where it becomes like, okay, so I am my own beingness. If I want to paint my fingernails, I can, and that's accepted, but I can't like write on myself.
Right. It's true. I can put holes in my ears and in my nose, but I can't write on my. I got it. I got it.
Right. And I think, and then you'll see, like, you could work at Trader Joe's. They're
That's
accepting.
true. That's true.
Right? You can work at the Crunchy Harvest Market, but and it's like, but in a mall, he's fitting right in.
Fitting right in. And he tells me that most people are attracted to him because of how he looks. It's the funny part. It's the actual opposite of what I'm thinking. It's crazy. Oh, he got hazel eyes. I got my brown eyes, right? So he has my eyes. So he's like, oh yeah, I like his brown eyes. Got a bald head. He got his tattoos. And they just come. What you selling? I don't care what you selling. I'm buying. Like, Jesus.
But we were raised of that generation.
I know.
Our grandparents.
Yep.
Our parents. Now we are the parents of the generation that is tatted up, pierced.
Yeah.
All black lipstick and eyeliner. That's art sometimes.
Yep.
And instead of it being, what's the word? Damned to hell.
Yeah.
Now it's artsy and acceptable.
It's artsy. Yep. That makes sense.
So by the time they have their kids, who knows what's going to be happening? But I think a lot of expression, a lot of acceptance.
Yep.
I think religion comes into play. We worry about.
Yep. What it takes in the church and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And just, and then we worry about acceptance. And I think, I don't know. I feel like if you do have a tattoo and you're a doctor, you might identify with all folks.
Right. Right? Absolutely.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you have a couple piercings. Okay. All right, cool.
Right.
You're not in a white coat. You're showing a piece of you in that expressive artsy way. It's just not something that the older generation,
they ain't feeling
70s.
Right.
We're like hippie, hippie. That's a self-mutilation. But hopefully, I think with social media, it's more acceptable. There's beautiful things about social media, and then there's
just like water. It's a beautiful thing to swim in. I see you out there with our old Spanish teacher out there swimming. It's a beautiful thing. Right. So also, but if you drink too much of it, you may explode. Or if it rains, have a hurricane, then you're gonna get swallowed up in it. So water is how it is. There's sharks in the water.
And how about Mr. Evancho? How about that? So amazing. I think I'm getting him a story at the Hack. I think I'm totally getting him to be in our Enhanced magazine to talk about his story, about how it takes him about an hour and a half to swim, I think a mile, 72 laps. Takes him an hour and a half to 2 hours because of what he was born with, his disability.
Now that limp that he had, what was that about? I never know the backstory.
He was born like that, from what I understand.
Okay.
Yeah, he was born.
Was it a leg? Is it the leg is shorter or?
Yeah, it's like he's got a shorter leg, I believe, than the other one, but also not completely straight.
Got it. Well, you thank him because every time I have a Mexican granddaughter and a Spanish grandson, and let me tell you something. If it wasn't for what was his name? Evancho?
Mr. Evancho.
Evancho. If it wasn't for him, I would not be saying "Cuantos años tienes tú, yo me apel."
That's the only thing I know.
I remember that.
I had to literally tell him I confessed.
Yeah,
I said, Mr. Evancho, I was captain of the swim team because he was my coach.
I
said, let me grade the papers. The only reason why I don't know Spanish, it's my own doing. I take full responsibility that he was so kind, and he still is.
Yeah.
But it's like, did he know? Did he know we stopped at McDonald's for practice? And that's why we were late. We're like, we had car trouble. Like, meanwhile, we're in the drive-through. Where we swim. And then I'm like, you gave me the papers. It's your fault. It's your fault. I corrected them. I put it in my favor.
Oh my God, that is so funny. So take me real quick to the book. Let's talk about that for a second. I know you said it was Mad's idea and all of that. And talking to me about how that came about, and then where do you look for it to go?
I mean, I sort of spoke it into existence because I always would say after a wax, after I'm distracting someone with the wax, and then they tell me their mother, brother, sister story and their current disgruntled, exciting, whatever, all the feels could be the most exciting story, the most tragic story. And I would go, well, today wasn't about the wax. That was always my statement.
Oh, that's good.
And so then I started saying it at some time in my life when I'm old, I'm going to write a book called It's Not About the Wax. And that's what started it.
Wow.
And that's like, Mom, because when the pandemic happened and I said, I'm going to probably give this up, pandemic's going to take me down. I'm fine with
Right.
You said you were going to write a book. And then it turned into like, okay, but I don't know how to. And she's like, well, I do. So let's get a timeline. And then she did this most incredible thing. She's like, we're going to call a meeting and we're going to meet. And Arlie was part of the team at some point. She still is. She's definitely a good cheerleader, support person of the It's Not About the Wax team.
She'll be able to do the book cover, I tell you that.
Yeah, thank you. And so Madison tells us what time and to be on a Zoom call. And so I'm sitting in my pajamas with my robe, like in my bed with Arlie. And she doesn't, she's got makeup on, her hair pulled back. She's got the lighting behind her. And she's like cute with a cute shirt like this. And she's like, okay, this is our timeline. This is what we're doing. This is our first meeting of It's Not About the Wax. And she went into it like that, like gave me my sheet. And I'm supposed to be following a timeline, which I don't usually look at. And so that's how it was. And she said, I'll give you prompts to write about. And then sometimes she's not even giving me prompts, but I'm like, I'll just text into my phone and I'll say things like, I just recently sent something and it's just silly stuff. It's not anything incredible, but I just wrote like my last thing that I wrote was, there's something to be said about being born with society's description of beauty. My sister would always say, you go ask mom and dad, you're cuter. I also had resistance oftentimes in bullying for being good looking and athletic. Before Facebook, Instagram were invented, people labeled others and placed others in categories. So like, I'm just literally saying things in my phone out loud about my experience as a human being, in a world of criticism, in a world now of cheerleaders too. Yeah. Not that it wasn't before, but now we see a lot of the underdog being cheered on Instagram. And it's like, I wrote the athletic person, the beauty queen, the rough around the edges girl, the rough around the edges girl that's a lesbian, the gay guy, the smart gay guy, the athlete, the captain of the football team, good-looking athlete, judgment and criticism, and a little support all mixed into our adolescent years. I was told once that the reason why I'm so popular is because of how I looked. Wow. And I'll never forget that. And I never wanted to be singled out in a category like that. Right. I spoke to everyone. I was friendly with everyone in gym class. And then I talk about the girl in gym class. Right. That was this she was African-American. Yeah. She literally came at me because I said I was cute and this, that, and the other. And then I stuck up for myself in that moment. And I remember, I forget who it was. It was somebody that, I forget even who it was. But she came after me at the volleyball net. Yep, at the net. And I was like, okay, like, all right, come on. Right. All scared, but I was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, look at you. And then they all were like wanting to name, like someone was pregnant at the time. And they were like, what's your name? I was like, I'm Brenda. Oh, that's a great name. I'm going to name her friend was pregnant. She's like, yeah, I'm like, that's a great name. I might name my child after you. And I was like, and it's just shifted for me after that. Just in that moment. Right. That moment, because, you have to agree, right? Yeah. That there's categories of folks, right? Yeah. Black people will look at a young white girl. They'll look at you as weak. Oh, totally. And they're trying to show off in front of their black friends that they're going to punk this white girl. I mean, it was when I tell you, it's like that. After me. Yeah. I don't know who it was. It wasn't. wasn't.
The to protect the name of the innocence, the name of
I don't even know who it was, but
yeah,
whoever
yeah,
it was,
yeah.
I changed everything. And
Changed
then they
everything.
were kind to me because
They were kind.
I feel like it could have gone bad.
Yeah, yeah. Sure,
So
sure.
But I feel like in that moment, whatever they thought of me, they were surprised of
Absolutely.
me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
yeah,
that wasn't my intention. I was just kind of like, what?
Yeah.
Like I just, because, I'm from Newcastle.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Right? My best friend Ivy and we wrestled all the time. I felt like I wasn't as prissy as they thought I was, or whatever they thought. I wasn't that.
Yeah, and it wasn't your fault that you were a pretty girl.
Well, I wouldn't even consider that. That's not
That's
even
what I'm
the thought
saying.
of, like, you know what I
But
mean?
that,
But
the world perceives you like that. That's what I'm saying.
whatever
Like the
that
world.
perception was not how I perceived
Not how
myself.
you was. Gotcha.
I mean,
Gotcha.
I just wanted to dress nicely.
Yep.
I was inspired by Holly Hickman.
Yep.
Always had her like little whatever her pants were that she had that were like from the Limited that I couldn't afford.
Right.
I thought Holly Hickman was athletic, kind, and cute.
Wow. Look at that.
You know what I mean? And so you sort of I strived to be all that.
Holly Hickman,
and kind.
Yeah.
She was the popular one, not me.
Right,
so when this group came after me, I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I took a chance, but I kind of just reacted, to be honest.
And
then they were like,
they said
they were like, oh,
I ain't mess with that crazy Newcastle white girl. That's what they said.
That's
what they said.
For God's sake.
That's right. That's walk to school, right?
Walk to school, drive.
There's a kid right now, whether black, white, Chinese, whatever race is, that's going through that right now, or has gone through that. What advice would you give them based on that experience?
I would say, stick up for yourself. Stick up for yourself and don't let those small moments get away from you, because literally I took a chance. I said my piece. It's not like I whipped out any, like I wasn't armed.
Knife sure.
Right.
Sure.
I just stood my ground with like, really? Like, I think I was like, come on, like, really? You want to, like, let's go.
Let's go.
And I was scared. I would say just stand your ground. And if you can, like, at this age, I would say apologize.
Yeah.
And then if they don't accept the apology, then get like indignant.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, first diffuse.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. And if they're still coming at you, then I say meet them where they are, but then, be careful.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's such a,
That's a hard answer. Right?
It is. It's such, because I think about my kids and my grandkids, what I used to say to them. And
what would you say?
It used to be, don't start nothing. I always say, don't start it. I said, and I always used to say, as long as they don't put your hands on you, don't touch them. Don't touch them.
Great advice.
Because you're always going to get, I said, but if they put their hands on you, defend yourself.
Defend yourself. That's beautiful. See, that's
all I did.
Yeah, instead of saying, sock them one, defend yourself.
Yeah, my dad said a little bit different, and he had M and F in there. But I was trying to keep that out. And he used it as a noun, an adverb, a preposition. The MF was just, but I try to use the clean version of that,
A descriptive word. It's a descriptive word.
It gets the point across, but I didn't want to.
And it feels good when you say it too sometimes, I think. It's definitely, but feels good.
Yeah, so to defend yourself, for me, though, if somebody punched you, you're not going to just say, teacher, somebody punched me. Because now at this point, unfortunately, if you would have backed down at that time, they would keep picking at you every single day. So that defend yourself. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Brenda Weissmiller and I, who's now Brenda Antonio, she and I got into a fist fight. Now, first of all, there was alcohol involved, so we were not of sound mind.
Gotcha.
and we got into a fist fight, and I broke my wrist. And so we were best friends. We worked at the McDonald's together. We swam on the swim team together. She was a year older than I am. She still is. And in Halloween, Kevin in our class, I don't know if you know Kevin. I don't know how he says his last name.
Kevin.
No, the tall Kevin that had he was the rocker with the long hair.
I remember him. Yep.
Van Busick. He's married to a beautiful woman. I think that's his last name. And he wanted to dress up as me for Halloween, and he wanted me to give him my swim team sweatshirt he wore, and me all beat up with a black eye.
Oh my God!
How funny is that?
Wow! Oh my goodness! Fighting. Yeah,
that's the only. That's really the only fight, in terms of.
Yeah, me too. I didn't even have a lot.
Did you fight with anyone?
No, I didn't really. I got along with a lot of people. As a matter of fact, it even transcended even to the last 10 years. This job that I'm at, I had a guy that real quick. I know this is your interview, but
that's all right.
I had a guy that when I got hired, he was asking me to be on his shift. He wanted me to be on his team, but for some reason, I don't know if it was my presence or my spirit, whatever it was. I must have been too nice to everybody, and I was getting too attention. That's just me. I like to connect with people. So literally, just like you were sitting there, imagine if you look to your left right now, what do you see? Tell me what you see right to your left.
Me? I see pictures of my family.
Okay. Is there a couch or anything that's close to you? All right, you see that couch? You see how close you are?
Yeah.
He would email me.
Right there. He was sitting right there. Oh,
he would email me and chastise me about what I missed, what I didn't do. Could you please respond to that? And I had another guy in there with me. I used to always say, I'm right here. I'm like, what are you doing? And he would never look at me. He would get mad, blah, 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 blah. And every time I would, and then the thing is, I'm new. So I'm supposed to rely on you to train me. He's the supervisor.
Oh, God.
But something changed. Either maybe my big boss said, good job a little bit too much. Maybe you're catching on fast, whatever. Maybe I responded to something. Because, you start a new job. You don't tell them that you know everything. You just do the work. And what's happened was I was doing work because I had experience 10 years prior. So I was fixing things that he didn't know about.
Good for you, Fred.
Right? So he was getting mad at me. Long story short, he started trying to sabotage me to get me fired.
Of course, because you're showing him up by being Fred.
Right. And then...
How dare you be yourself?
Yeah, exactly. And then he would try to bully me online. So one day I got up. I said, I need to have a meeting with you. I said, just like that. And I took him to the room. And I said, listen, I know what you're doing. I'm not leaving. So if you think that I'm going to be leaving, you're going to try to play these games with me, I'm not. And I said, I'm not afraid of you.
Good for you.
I'm just letting you know.
But you didn't put that in an email, so that was good.
No, I had to tell him to his face because I know.
Yeah.
And then he got so upset, he tried to send me to HR, to do all kind of stuff. And then I had a friend of mine that was in there. He's from the street. So he's straight like, if he email you one more time, sit right now, I'm going to punch him in his mouth, And so I'm like, no, we got to save our jobs.
He's going to use force.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Newcastle.
They're going to Newcastle. He's going to go Brenda, right? So he go do that. But the bottom line is that I said, we don't have to do that. All we got to do is get better at the job than him.
Yeah. And
the problems that come up, we got to resolve them before he does. And once we started doing that, the work started. And then it's like one time he was talking to somebody about me, and he was like, this guy Fred thinks he's all that, da 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 da. And the receptionist says, you got a problem with Fred? Like, he's nice to everybody. Like,
right. Like, obviously.
You're the problem if you got a problem with him, because he doesn't, kind of do. So it's like, it's never you. It's always somebody else that's jealous of you. It's always somebody else that, and it's like you said, I can't help being who I am. I can't help knowing what I know. But
Right.
instead
And
of,
the assumptions that are placed on us
yeah,
is not our problem.
nope,
Like if you assume and you didn't get to know, then you're just placing your own, you're just being,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
just placing that on us. That's not fair.
it's not fair.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
can't assume. You can't assume. When we assume, I mean, some of the most incredible people, if I've had the pleasure of meeting, and I just assume that they're the most confident human being because they're the head of this. Or, no, can't assume it.
No.
Usually it's an insecurity.
Yeah, yeah. It's their own insecurity, and in a sense of going back to the book, has insecurity ever been an issue for you?
That's a great question. I would say fear.
Okay.
Not,
Well,
I've never felt, I just have never felt, I feel more fearful than insecure.
okay. How
The
so?
word insecure doesn't, because I am willing to go, I'm up for the challenge, right?
Yep.
So I'm always up for the challenge.
Right.
But fear plays the part, it leads.
Mm-hmm.
Fear of failure, fear of failure, fear of, do I really want to do this? Do I want to waste my time doing this? Time management of that. But it would be fear-based only. Otherwise, I would never say that I have an insecurity. I definitely would never describe myself as being insecure. I have definitely and continuously, I stand
Yeah.
in fear
In the
of
fear.
failure, of disappointment, of coulda, shoulda, woulda. I fear
Right.
that I won't get to do that. I fear that I didn't try that. I fear that I didn't have enough guts to do this. I fear that my to-do list isn't going to get done. So insecure, no.
But
Fear,
fear.
1000%. I am fearful daily,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
So
Like,
it's a constant fight. But the follow-up question is the thing that you fear about the most, 99%, 9 out of 10 times, they don't happen.
right.
Right?
Correct. Like, and it's always, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like, it's not like my parents held us to such a standard.
Mm-hmm.
We were just about trying to try your best. We
Try
were
your
not like,
best.
you have to be the best. You have to,
Yeah.
I was on the softball team. I swam, but I wasn't the best.
Yeah. But
I
that
just
fear
did
of
my best.
disappointment thing that you said,
I
is it
never had fear of disappointing my, oh, well, I did have fear of disappointing my parents because when I
that's what I
got
was
pregnant, but it was born of not my parents' belief system, but of the belief system of societies and
society.
society,
That's right. Okay.
right? So I
Yep.
never was fearful to tell my parents anything. I've never been fearful. I mean, I'm scared to death of dolphins.
Dolphins. Why?
Yes,
Talk to me about that.
it's such a stupid fear,
They're
but
so nice though. So you never
and
seen
imagine if it's a
Flipper?
big goldfish that swims next to me, I'd freak out and scream. But I think it's because on the 12-foot at the Penn Acres pool,
Yeah.
they had a black dolphin. And I was like, no dolphin's black, first of all. But this dolphin was like, and it magnified in the 12-foot. And they found out, the swim coach found out that I was scared of this thing.
Yeah.
So he knew to put me in lane 6. And I was so afraid to be in lane 6 because I could see the dolphin out of the corner of my eye that's painted on the 12-foot. And I would swim so fast, and they caught onto it, and they used it in their benefit to say that I would go faster because I was scared of that dolphin. And then it's like I don't like big giant like aquariums where everything's magnified. I don't know. It's so dumb. It's irrational. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So that
That's
dolphin,
an irrational fear.
that dolphin you said, make sure I'm clear. You said it was painted?
It was painted on the bottom of the top, but it wasn't real.
It wasn't real. Okay. Okay.
But I couldn't go into like when we
Right.
went to Niagara Falls, we went into an aquarium, and I was having a sweat panic attack
Right.
because of the tall like aquarium, and it
Mhm.
magnified everything. I don't know if if we believe in past lives, maybe I was like
Yeah.
abducted or eaten by a whale. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really into past life, but I I mean, I guess if somebody says we have past lives, maybe that's where it comes from. It's irrational, 100%.
Yeah.
But I do not fear failure.
No, okay.
I don't fear. I fear that I won't do well.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I fear failure.
Right.
But I feel like I won't. I fear that I'm not doing well.
Right.
But
right.
not
I got you.
Failing of it.
Yeah. I'm just not doing. I'm not actively
if
doing.
If I didn't do it right, like it's a challenge. Like this whole work Hookcast Athletic Club is the first time I've been on a computer.
Yeah.
I've seen Excel spreadsheet. You know, like I almost quit. I was like, oh hell no! I came home crying. But then I feared not of just the disappointing of everyone,
right?
But more of myself. I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. So I fear disappointment.
Right.
That's what I fear. Probably, or not doing it, not figuring it out, not giving it a good old effort.
Yeah, yeah. And so now let me just give you something on this. And the failure piece, we learn more by losing than we do by winning.
Well, in your failure is your success story. Right.
So that's right. So you never actually fail. You either win or you learn.
Right. That's actually a very good way to look at it. Yeah. So I'd rather.
Yeah.
I'd rather give it the full on effort.
Yep.
I don't fear that.
Yeah, because the failure, if you fail at something, it just means to me, it just means I know what doesn't work. So now I have this newfound knowledge of what doesn't work. Yeah. So I either won't do it again or I will do it differently. But it doesn't identify you, Brenda, as a failure. I'm not the failure. It's just that the thing that I tried. Yeah, there you go.
Right. That's where I look at that. Like, I don't ever look at myself as the failure. I mean, I fail in moments, but not in that big, like, oh, my business went down, you know, whatever. Yeah. Oh, it's me. I don't think it's me. I think it's like a collective, a collective, like, source. Like I also think it's like that universal energy of God. Like it's like, what's this about? I think in the failures and their tragedies of our life, to me it has to be. It has to be. It's horrible. It's not a fear as much as it's like an acceptance of whatever that failure was. Yep. Because then it's always opening doors or it's doing this or that. And it's never about like, oh, well, I won. I succeeded, going to the top. No, it's the failure that got me to the top.
That's correct.
It's the failure that got me to the top of the goal that I wanted, or the failure of, you know, I've done this 10 times, this computer, I'm shutting it down again, instead of just like learning that the X in the corner, I could just, you know, get rid of some of the open windows. I'm shutting that down, starting over.
Absolutely. One of the greatest failures was this attempt by this guy I read. His attempt was to make the strongest glue in the world.
Wow.
Right? To make the strongest glue in the world. And he failed. Right?
But to hold what?
Right? I'm going to get there. So he attempted to make the strongest glue in the world to hold anything, and he failed at it.
Okay.
Because what was happening was he was testing this with pieces of paper, and the glue wouldn't stick for a long time, but it would come off and go back on. And it would come off and go back on. And he failed at so it wouldn't stick permanently. And he became a multi-millionaire because he created sticky notes.
Oh, no. That's brilliant.
So imagine him coming home to his wife saying, honey, I failed at trying to make the strongest glue in the world, but we're going to be millionaires.
I mean, I could look him up. That's a great story.
Isn't that something? Yep. I was like, wow.
So not trying is the failure.
The not trying. That's it. There it is.
The not trying then becomes like.
Or the giving up because you didn't.
Giving up.
Yeah, you didn't reach the strongest glue in the world. Yeah. But this weak glue is keeping pieces of paper stuck.
We got them everywhere. That story.
We got them everywhere. That's right.
Part of my success story is the note for my note on the sticky note.
Isn't that something? The note for your note on a sticky note.
Right, because I'm always like, why did I write this note? And then I'm like, I need a note for the note.
Yeah.
Because I don't even remember what the heck I wrote that note for.
Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, I'll be like, oh wait, that's the reason.
Right. Now, the other thing about the book, you say you want to use it and leave it for you as a kind of a legacy for the kids.
Yeah.
Also, are you going to step through the process of the waxing industry? You're going to talk about that. How are you going to break it up, or is it just do you have a form?
That's a great question. I don't even know. I'm just texting.
Or what do you think will be the most important thing from the all about the wax thing? If I were to read a 100-page book, yeah.
I would say it's about going with your gut.
I like that.
Really like, you have an idea, you have a desire. Try it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that, and just. I mean, again, I couldn't even say the word. I was calling it an anesthetist or something.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I didn't even know what an esthetician was.
Yeah.
But I went with that like joy. I felt so much joy about this adventure. And I would say, you have to feel the joy. And if this makes you happy, why not try?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just try? If I hadn't done that, there was 2 of us that graduated in that class.
Wow.
In Newcastle, Delaware, in the Penmar Shopping Center.
Wow. 2 of them. Wow.
2, and I couldn't even say the word. Didn't know what an esthetician was.
Yeah.
Like it just like anything I've ever done, I think is just if it brings you joy.
Yeah, I seem to pick up from you that there's success, there's fulfillment, and there's significance, right? So there's 3 things. You can be successful, but you still feel unfulfilled.
Correct.
You can feel fulfilled and successful, but you don't feel significant.
That I love. I love that. That is so true. It's like I have all those 3 things.
Okay, you have it all with this.
I have it all with this.
I love it. I love that.
So with this, I don't know how to write a book. Don't have the background of writing anything. Madison's going to do all that, but I have those 3 things about writing a book.
That's huge.
Because of partnerships with Madison and support of my husband, Arlie, all the kids.
Yep.
And then just it's a reminiscing. I'm texting into a phone. She's writing back. That's not relevant. Stay on point. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the very least, I imagine these books that people write, these adventures that people do, are all relative and very impactful to their next of kin, to others for relatability.
Yeah.
If I can. If I can reach that, if I can reach relatability, if someone can relate and feel joy, they might not identify with everything that I find that's joyful.
Mm-hmm.
But if there's one thing in there.
That's all it takes. One thing. Along that journey.
And we're trying, as an esthetician, here I am trying to remove the unwantedness of the hair. Remove the skin imperfections of the skin. But then it comes out of what's this really about?
Wow.
It's not about the wax.
Not about the wax.
It's about the skincare. It's about what are you doing? Did your mother, brother, sister die? What did you have to eat?
Wow.
Did you just have a tragedy, a tragic loss? Are you sensitive because of your internal thoughts or because of your physical being? And that's where it came up to be like, and then somebody's just like got a whole wad. They're all bound up with just a horrible day. And then they're unleashing and they came in for a brow wax and we resolved and we let go. And they had a space where they could feel comfortable sharing something from an unbiased opinion. And they got a nice brow.
Wow. It's not about the wax.
It's not about the wax. And
that is so dope. I love it.
I mean, of course, that's the intention, right? They're there for a service. Yeah. But sometimes it becomes so much more. And I find that it's an equal, beautiful exchange. I really do. I'm interested,
You're genuinely interested. You're not just talking for the sake of getting through the procedure. I'm actually you are connecting with the people. You're connecting on. Think about the different senses that we have. We hear, taste. You see, you touch. You're covering all these different senses, and then you're connecting on a level mentally. Yeah. And I think there's a sense of mentally healing. There's a little, and we're not claiming that we're doctors or therapists on this thing, but there is a sense of there's a safe place to land when you come to the Beehive.
That's right. Thank you so much, Fred. That's so true.
Because the irony is a beehive is typically where you don't want to go into the land because you're going to get stung.
No, it's a nice beehive.
It's a nice beehive.
It's a nice
we don't
beehive.
Use our stingers. We got them.
Right, but we're not using them.
If you come to the volleyball net, just know you come up to the volleyball net, start yelling at me, I can pull out my stinger. But
I'm definitely gonna meet you where you are.
I'll meet you where you are. But the fact that it's a safe place, a safe space, and they're coming for the service, but in other words, them paying you is going to help them for a moment. It's going to help you for a moment, but it's going to help them for a lifetime.